Hi, we are going to present
FAR570 video presentation about operating segments and interim financial reporting for
IHH and Apex Healthcare Berhad.
Let's start with Mfrs 8, which stands for Malaysian Financial Reporting Standard 8. This standard, introduced by MASB in 2009, provides vital guidelines for how companies should report their operating segments. Think of it as a way to give external users a clear picture of a company performance across different parts of its business. The core idea is transparency. Mfrs 8 specifies disclosure requirements for products, services, geographic areas, and major customers. This helps stakeholders understand the entity performance, assess its risk, and make informed judgment. Essentially, an operating segment is a component of a business that engages in revenue-generating activities and incurs expenses, whose results are regularly reviewed by the CODM for resource allocation and performance assessment, and for which discrete financial information is available. This brings us to a key concept, the Chief Operating Decision Maker or CODM. This is not necessarily a specific job title, but rather a function. The CODM is the person or group of people responsible for allocating resources to and assessing the performance of the entity's operating segments. It could be the CEO, COO, CFO, the senior management team, or even the board of directors. The specific title is not as important as the function they perform, making the strategic decisions about where the company's resources go and how well each part of the business doing. Their review process is what ultimately defines a company's operating segments under Mfrs 8. To illustrate this, let's look at two prominent healthcare examples. First, IHH Healthcare Berhad. Here, Dr. Prem Kumanar, as the group CEO since October 2023, leads the entire group. Alongside Dr. Kamal Amzan, the CEO for operating segment like Pantai Hospitals, and Ivan Law, the regional CEO for Northern Operation. They collaboratively act as CODM, overseeing resources, management and quality care delivered across their vast network. Another example is Apex Healthcare Berhad. Their chairman and CEO, Dr. Ki Kerchin, has been the highest level decision maker since 2010. He is responsible for the company's overall strategic direction, including its Malaysian operation, manufacturing and corporate segments. This clearly positions him as the CODM for Apex Healthcare.
So right now, I will explain about types of segmental reports. The first one is operating segments. Referring to Mfrs 8, operating segment is a component of an entity A that engage in business activities, from which it may earn revenues and expenses relating to transactions with other components of same entity. B, whose operating results are regularly reviewed by the entity's chief operating decision maker to make decisions about resources to be allocated to the segment and assess its performance. C, for which discrete financial information is available. So, this is the operating segmental report of Apex Healthcare Berhad. As we can see, this table shows profit for period ended 31 March 2024 and 31 March 2025, sum up of several segments, which is manufacturing, distribution, and corporate. Next, I will explain about geographical segment. According to Mfrs 8, entities shall report the following geographical information unless the necessary information is not available and the cost to develop it will be excessive. So the first one is revenues from external customers, such as attributed to the entity's country of domicile and attributed to all foreign countries, in total from which entity derives revenue. The second one is non-current asset, other than financial instruments, deferred tax asset, post-employment benefit assets, and right arising under insurance contracts. So, this is the geographical segmental report of IHH Healthcare Berhad. As we can see, in hospital and healthcare industry, Singapore have been leading the chart with gaining highest amount of profit compared to another countries such as Turkey and Europe, Malaysia and India. Unfortunately, Greater China experienced loss during this period. So right now, I will explain about key benefits of segmental report for financial statements user. The first key is enhanced transparency into operations. Segmental reporting helps users see which parts of company are most profitable or risky. For instance, stakeholders can review Apex performance in the healthcare sector to understand how it contributes to the company's overall financial health. The second key benefit is informed decision making. Segmental data helps users see growth potential and risk in different parts of company, leading to better investment decisions. For example, IHH geographical segments can show which regions earn high profits, guiding investors toward strong and growing markets.
Next, we move to Mfrs 134. Malaysian Financial Reporting Standard 134 outlines that the requirements for interim financial reporting. However, Mfrs 134 prescribe the minimum content including disclosures and identify the recognition and measurement principles that should be applied in interim financial reports. Basis of preparation. First one is integral method that explain about interim report is a fraction of the annual report. Annual values will times fraction of the reporting period. Second one is discrete method. Explain about interim period is a separate period. Reports are prepared on a periodic basis. Reasons why Mfrs 134 is made. The first one is to provide investors and other users with more timely or current information. Next, to enable users to evaluate entities' financial position, performance, and cash flows on continual basis.
Now, let's move to significant event and transactions that affect the entity's financial position and performance. The first significant event for IHH Healthcare Berhad is the application of Mfrs 129 due to hyperinflation in Turkey, which caused higher asset valuation and tax-deferred revenue. There's an increase in property, plant and equipment by RM2.33 million and decrease in profit after tax by RM99 million, and a sum of RM180 million of net monetary gain was witnessed. Next is consolidation of Island Hospital and expansion projects, which caused an increase in property, plant and equipment due to medical equipment acquired under ongoing expansion initiatives, and an increase in depreciation due to inclusion of Island Hospital property and equipment upon consolidation into group financial statement. Move to Apex Healthcare Berhad. The first event is issuance of 9,000 new ordinary shares under Executive Share Option Scheme, which caused an increase of RM30,000 in share capital. The second event is capital expenditure on expansion, which caused an increase in plant, property and equipment by RM4.4 million. But there's slight impact on short-term cash flow, but support long-term growth.
So, this is interim financial report for both IHH and Apex Healthcare.